Who knows?
Exactly.
All right. Jennifer Baria is in from the EDC. Good morning.
Good morning.
How you doing?
Morning.
Thanks for having me.
Good to see you here this Monday morning. And we've got a fun little piece of information to share with the community here today. This is the first time this is coming out into the public.
Yep, it is all finished. Karin's been working pretty diligently over the last couple of weeks to get the new numbers in for our top 50 employers and be able to kind of talk about what that means.
There's a lot of businesses on here.
Yeah,
There are a lot of
is
businesses. I think the interesting thing about doing something like this is it's a bonus to the business to be able to say, look at what I do to the community, but it also gives us the opportunity to really analyze what our business makeup looks like.
Yeah.
You know, we've got our top employers, Little Creek Casino at 800 employees, but if you look at industry breakdown, you see government is a big provider. However, they are maybe 100 jobs under what manufacturing is. So if you're looking at, they might be smaller community or smaller companies, but together they create a big force
That's what you're saying.
of high-paying jobs for our community.
So just because Little Creek at 800, are they alone in the, at least in the top 50 for a gambling establishment and resort?
Correct.
But then if you were to add like all the government, you have those all aggregated in that?
I do.
What is, so total for government and then total for manufacturing?
So total for government is 1527.
Wow.
And total for manufacturing is 1493.
Wow.
Wow.
So
that's
you
big.
look at what your makeup is and think, oh, okay, well, you know, who do we recruit? Who do we talk to? Who do we help expand? There's a reason why we look at it as a whole, because that manufacturer that maybe only has 30 employees but can consistently add 5-10 employees each year is still adding to the manufacturing number, which are very, very good paying jobs.
Yeah.
And you look at Little Creek, which is excellent paying jobs as well. They are kind of their own entity. We've got Alderbrook, which isn't gambling, but it is a resort. So, you know, you kind of get a really good idea and picture of what makes Mason County businesses really thrive. And if you're seeing an insurgence of a new industry, like I want to say, you know, nobody ever wants to say the numbers, but we've got 2 cannabis processors on our top 50 employers list.
Wow.
They are excellent paying jobs. They have benefits, and seeing the kind of viewpoint change from, oh, you know, it's the pot industry, to this is a viable business
Yeah.
that is offering their employees a big benefits package, you know, excellent wages, and to see them, for them to be on a list like this for our local community is kind of a wake up for us to say, look, they are providing
Yeah.
for our community, and how do we kind of build that relationship to make it better?
We just had Justin Holsgrove and Joel Meyer on from PUD3 right before you, and they were talking about the numbers, and they said some 30 in the county, and we've got some that rank in the top of the statewide numbers.
Right. We've got the largest manufacturer. We'll put that in quotes, you know, producer processor here in Mason County. We also see how that kind of divides down. It's not just growing and processing. There are companies that are looking into the medical production of it, so distilling it down so that it's not, you know, you don't get the high, but you get the medical benefits from it.
Right.
So arthritis medicines, lotions, oils, all of that goes into a manufacturing side of it, because they're taking a product and changing it into something different. So it's really quite interesting to look at the breakdown of what happens.
Well, let's go through and give let's give the top 10 out for everybody. So start at 10 and let's talk about some of these. These are some big, impressive numbers.
I know, we've got some great companies. So like we said, Little Creek Casino Hotel is at 800 employees. Shelton School District is at 760. Mason General Hospital is at 710. Washington Correction Center is at 699, or I'm sorry, 277. I can read. Taylor Shellfish is at 500. North Mason School District is at 384. Mason County is at 378. Walmart is at 300. Squaxin Island Tribe is at 277. And Sierra Pacific is at 244.
That's really impressive.
It is.
So how many are in the county now? We say 60,000 or so?
62,875, around there.
If you're
Not to be too specific.
You know, a lot of folks may hear these numbers and go, geez, Walmart 300.
Mm-hmm.
Where are all the people? I mean, there's so many people in the county, and we're such a dispersed county too, that with a lot of commute times that I know people do, that
right,
they fill these jobs.
Well, and it's interesting because we have one incorporated city. That's the city of Shelton. That has 9,700, something like that, people that live within those city limits. That breaks down to quite a few outside of the city, and they don't necessarily have to kind of group together. You've got people living just 5 here, 10 here. There's a random housing all over the place to kind of suit what you need. Belfair is, as you guys know, growing, and the county is building up infrastructure to really see that be a development hub here in the county.
Other than the cannabis on this list, was there any other ones that the EDC found surprising?
I thought it was interesting how many newer ones we had. We didn't get a chance to update this in 2017. So the last one that we had was 2016, and Sierra Pacific wasn't on that because they were just building up.
Sure.
So I think it's really looking at, what newer companies are moving up, or what companies do we have kind of like the cannabis that started very small and are now getting bigger. Fungi Perfecti is, I think they say it Fungi Perfecti. I always mess that up. But they are a local company, started here, and they're internationally known.
Yeah.
So they are slowly growing. Out in Camilchi, they provide jobs. Up at the port, they provide jobs. So it's not just in one location. The outreach is, it looks more organic because of how we kind of grow.
These will be on the website?
Yes.
And then I'm sure there'll be other opportunities to see these and have conversations about them. Very cool.
Yeah.
It's a good conversation here this morning with Jennifer Baria from the Mason County Economic Development Council. Choose Mason, and we'll get the links to all that in the show notes when we post this.
Wonderful.
Thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having us.